Part 4, Secrets to Success. This part of Module 1 gives several quick tips for success as a paraprofessional. This section also includes additional resources to help paraprofessionals learn more about their specific roles and responsibilities. An important part of success as a paraprofessional is being able to work as part of the special education team. Successful teams are those in which all members view themselves as part of the team. Paraprofessionals are very much central to the special education team and are able to provide important and valuable feedback. Often, paraprofessionals spend the most time working directly with individual students. Be prepared to discuss specific strengths and weaknesses of students with the team, and know that you are imperative to this very important special education process. Another aspect of success as a paraprofessional is building rapport with the students. Carol Ann Tomlinson, an educator, author, and speaker, found through her research that 90% of misbehavior is prevented by simply building a relationship with your students. How can paraprofessionals build rapport? First, make a genuine effort to get to know your students. This includes learning about your students' family and friends. This is something that students are often excited and open to discussing. Also, make an effort to learn what students like or dislike. This could include hobbies or interests, such as sports or TV shows, but also includes understanding their academic interests. Perhaps they prefer math over reading or art over gym. It is important to also understand their successes and current struggles. Understanding your student can help prevent misbehavior or disengagement from academics. Get to know students by talking to them and also by observing how their behavior changes throughout the school days. Be positive. Many special education teachers will tell you the key to a happy classroom environment is to have happy students. When rules and expectations are stated positively, students are more likely to understand what is expected of them and to follow the rules. When working with students, avoid saying things such as, "Don't stand up," or "You can't touch that," and instead explain what the student should be doing in a positive way, such as, "Please stay in your seat," or "Please keep your hands to yourself." Modeling respect for self, others, and materials is another way to stay positive. Talking with students and adults in a kind manner models this positive behavior to all of the students. Finally, be generous with positive praise. Telling students they are completing an assignment correctly or waiting patiently encourages positive behaviors to continue, and it also helps build rapport with the students. Praise can be as simple as, "You've really stayed focused today," or "You have your homework done on time. Great job." Next, we will view a brief video about the power of relationships in schools.
You had so much to offer yesterday. You okay?
I'm tired.
So what's going on?
Strong relationships are central to the learning process. What the science of learning and development tells us is that we need to create learning environments which allow for strong long-term relationships for children to become attached to school and to the adults and other children in it.
When children have experiences of closeness and consistency and trust, oxytocin is released. Oxytocin has many, many positive effects on the development of the brain. So when we think about a relationship, we're not just talking about being nice to a child. We're talking about a child having an experience of attunement and trust strong enough to release the hormone oxytocin.
Good morning, Ariella. How you doing today?
The purpose of the morning greeting is to connect with them and to just make sure that I'm seeing them as humans. Like, I'm making that relationship with them, making that bond.
I prioritize relationship building because getting to know them is the best part of the job.
When I come in the morning, we usually talk about things that are happening in our community.
We're trying to build caring and respect.
Teacher is trying to understand who I am and my values as a person.
When I have a free 45 minutes or an hour, I think to myself, I could sit down and catch up on grading, or I could go and make connections, whether it's a smile or a joke or a reminder. It validates their presence in the building.
Rock it out in the art room. It starts from so much honesty and transparency with kids. It's really easy to strive to be this like idealized, always ready to go elementary school teacher, and that's not real and that's not human. When people start talking about other things while I'm still giving directions, it feels frustrating for me and I have to take a breath. My students connect most with me when they see that I also struggle and I also have challenges. It takes a lot of vulnerability on my part.
Total familiarity. When that student knows that you care about them, when they know that you're a human, let's think about that. Their academic performance in your class is going to be better.
If I'm comfortable around them, then I'm more confident around them, and it's easier to ask questions and things like that.
So when you're looking at this graph, what is it that you think happened?
Some teachers I don't always get along with the best, so then sometimes I'm like, I can't do it, so I'm just not gonna do it. But when I like the teacher, I want to do their work. I'll be like, I can learn this.
You all have done outstanding work.
Emotion and learning are completely connected. If you're in a positive emotional space, if you feel good about yourself, your teacher, that actually opens up the opportunity for more learning.
Good to see.
Another secret to success for paraprofessionals is to foster independence. It is an important component of special education. Often, adults will fall into a bad habit of supplying answers or completing tasks for a student. We want to save our students from struggle or failure. While understandable, this does not help foster independence. Instead, try to ask questions in response to a student's questions, or help them reflect, observe, and discover answers on their own. One technique to help foster independence is to use what is called wait time or think time. Often students need a few minutes to process questions or directions. Resist the urge to immediately expect a response or answer your own questions. Educators who utilize wait time often wait up to 5 seconds after asking a question or giving a direction before calling on a student or expecting a student to respond. If a student does not respond after the 5 seconds, try giving them an additional prompt instead of immediately giving them the correct answer. This could mean repeating the question or asking if the students understand the question. Often as adults, we are quick to complete tasks for students. Special education students often learn to rely on paraprofessionals and become dependent on them. However, we need students to learn how to do things for themselves. We are preparing them for success as an adult. To foster independence, give students the opportunity to try without your help. For example, if a student has been working on what to do with her lunch tray, try saying, "I bet you can do it all by yourself today. Show me." Based on all 4 parts of Module 1, the following class scenario summarizes the role of the paraprofessional. The special education teacher begins math with an entire class lesson. The class is currently working on multiplication facts. The special education teacher reviews the concepts related to multiplication and then breaks the class into small groups for further practice and review. The paraprofessional works with a small group of 3 students who need extra help understanding multiplication. When students arrive at the small group table, the paraprofessional greets each student by name. She asks one student how her brother is doing and asks the other 2 students about their pets. The math review includes a word problem. The paraprofessional allows the students to read the word problem silently first. She gives a generous amount of wait time for all 3 students. After they have finished reading, The paraprofessional praises all of the students for reading independently. She asks questions to make sure they understand what the problem was asking and gives students time to process the questions and then respond. She asks the students to complete the problem. One student hesitates, and the paraprofessional encourages the student to try to solve the problem on his own. She praises him when he gets to work. The paraprofessional notes one student is still struggling with the concepts, and she will share that information with the teacher after the class ends. There are a few additional resources which can help paraprofessionals understand their role in the special education classroom. The links to these resources are provided in the module after Part 4. The National Resource Center for Paraeducators provides a wealth of resources for paraprofessionals. We encourage you to check out this website. The Pennsylvania Training and Technical Assistance Network, known as PATN, is a valuable resource for educators in Pennsylvania. PATN's website has a dedicated area for paraprofessionals, which contains resources and additional training opportunities. PATN produces teacher desk reference guides, which contain quick information for educators. These guides are free for download on the PATN website. 2 desk references, which provide a lot of content housed here in Module 1, include teachers and special education paraprofessionals working as a team to support students, and the shared responsibility of educational team members. We encourage you to download and use these desk references. In closing, para means alongside of. Please know that you are an important and valuable member of the school team. You are working to make a significant difference in students' lives. We thank you for your hard work and dedication. The final section of Module 1 contains a way for you to ask questions and provide feedback. Please note any questions or comments you have regarding the content before you submit your form. Answers to your questions or comments will be sent to you via the email address you provided at the beginning of this module. After your submission has been reviewed for Module 1, you will receive a certificate for your participation and completion of this module. This certificate can be applied to your continuing educational hours, which you are required to accrue. These certificates will be sent via the email address you provided at the beginning of this module. Please allow up to 7 days after submission to receive your certificate. Thank you.